this or another related industry, travel, leisure, and very difficult to Jim. And then there's, as you point out, this is not requiring people to wear masks, which would seem to go against certainly some of the recommendations that we've got out there in terms of how people should behave indoors.
What's up?
I'm not talking about the mask guy. I understand that movie theaters take a lot of money off.
Wait for a few more folks to jump in. Happy Friday. Cheers, man. Bought some more today. Bought some more what? Yo, what's going on? Hey, Ryan's in the house. What's up, Ryan? What time is it out there? It's like 1:30, 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Big day today for sports. Super excited. Got my Pogba jersey ready to roll. Can you guys hear me okay? Yep, 220. That's cool. Yeah. Oh, that music, you gotta tell me what that is, guys. That's fillet of fish. Yeah, just a little bit more, get some more people in. Yeah, it's called Nautilus by Bob James. You got to check that out. That's it's actually Wu-Tang Clan, but elevator style, which I kind of like. I'd like to throw that on, kind of subtle Wu-Tang stuff. So good morning. I want to hit you guys with a few things today. I want to finish up with the discussion on mortgages. And I appreciate the discussion yesterday. That was pretty cool. So from my perspective, I don't think buying a home is much of an investment. It's a vehicle I like to use leverage. Some people hit me up and follow up and said, you know, I own a home, I've got a mortgage, I've got some equity in it. That equity is kind of locked up. As you know, it's illiquid. What are some strategies I can use to try to take advantage of that asset? And quite simply, I like to take a second mortgage. If you are capable of supporting the debt service and you've been a good customer of a traditional bank, they gave you a mortgage, you continue to pay that mortgage, they're highly likely to give you a second mortgage. The way I like to structure second mortgages is interest-only payment. It allows for kind of the easiest way to service the debt and extract the equity. And then, you know, everyone on this live stream has concepts or ideas around how to leverage or get arbitrage between whatever that second mortgage interest is and what you can earn on the money you've drawn. I've given you some mechanisms that you can use to get that arbitrage meaning the spread. between whatever the debt service is and whatever profit you can make. And again, I use these techniques in my own life. I have a home on my primary home. I have a mortgage. I have a second mortgage. I could have bought it outright with cash. Just not a good good mechanism or good use for cash, in my opinion. So a second mortgage is a way for you to leverage that sort of illiquid asset of a home and put that money to work. You just have to make sure you got a stable job. You can cover the debt service, right? All right, let me see if you guys have any questions about kind of mortgages, homes, and second mortgages. So Eddie, what's up? Buying Bitcoin, love it. Good to see you. Larcy, good morning. Hugh, let's see. Pump, bang, bang, what's up? Love it. Black Rifle. Oh yeah, so check out Black Rifle Coffee. Not a sponsor of my podcast. Love it. When I'm not drinking dunks, not a sponsor. And when I'm not welding, not a sponsor. I'm drinking Black Rifle Coffee, and I love their shirts. They've got some really cool gear. Let's see, Ed048. What's up, Jason? Any thoughts on investing on rare spirituals and wine? You know what? This is actually a space that Pomp and I like. I don't want to get too far off topic, but I appreciate the question. So you may hear Pomp, Mark, myself say Bitcoin's the single best performing asset in the last 10 years. I'm not sure that's actually correct. I think if you really pressure test it, rare Porsches, art, Bitcoin, probably are the best performing asset classes in the last 10 years. So having really good cars of high quality, low mileage, that are kept pristine and that are rare are great assets. I actually love art as well. I've got a funny story about Uncle Joe. And for those of you that know me, my Uncle Joe was a fireman, New York City. His last call was during 9/11 when the Twin Towers came down. He survived. Many of his teammates didn't. It was heartbreaking for us as family members, Americans, the world, to watch that whole situation go down. It hits home for me. My Uncle Joe is an amazing guy. He taught me what it means to be kind of a responsible, hardworking person, and I can't sing his praises enough. Beyond being a fireman, my uncle was an investor. I think he was in the Navy, didn't graduate. I think he graduated high school. He may not have, but guys, he's amazing. Always had side businesses. And one of the things he liked to invest in is art. So my uncle, he always had like the weirdest paintings in the house. The guy loves Salvador Dali. If you get a chance to check out Salvador Dali, please do it. He has a story that he told me back in the 70s or 80s. Some dude rolled up in a car, said he had some original Salvador Dalis. Uncle Joe bought 4 of them. Sounds super shady. But apparently they were real signed Salvador Dalis. I don't know how much Uncle Joe paid for them. Uncle Joe gave me one, and that started my kind of love for art. So I like that space. I like investing in spirits, really rare Porsches. I own a few myself, and am actively solicited to sell those cars and art. So very cool question. Best way to shop for a mortgage. There's a lot of mechanisms, both traditional and new. I would go online and check out different options there, but I like to go back to the bank. Most mortgages, primary mortgages, are sold. So if you go back to your bank, it probably is not holding the paper, but they're always looking to do deals with customers that they know and trust. If you have an account with a bank, they're more likely to wheel and deal with you. Just be smart. The best time to ask for money is when you don't need it. Always remember that. When you don't need money, go find money, because when you need it, it will not be available. Big point, big point. Fish sandwich. Yeah, that fillet of fish was for Pomp. That's his go-to when he goes to McDonald's. It looks like something I would never eat, but the dude loves it. Uncle Joe was my rich dad. Definitely Uncle Joe was my rich dad, because my regular dad was definitely my poor dad. Let's see. What's up, J Dubs? Got any asset allocation tips? Sitting on 30% paid off rentals, 43% stonks, 401 IRA, 15% cash, 12% Bitcoin. Nice asset allocation. You've got a big position in Bitcoin. I may look at that 401k IRA. One of the things I've done recently is moved my IRA to a self-directed IRA, which I hadn't done historically. I let the bank or bankers manage it. I think I used a company called Pensco. They have a lot of really cool things you can do with it. Then you could buy gold. You could buy GBTC. That's what I did with my IRA. I actually took 100% of it and bought GBTC. And I went through the process of trying to capture the premium on GBTC. So they also have mechanisms through the Grayscale Bitcoin Trust where you can make an in-kind pledge of Bitcoin there. I think you have to be an accredited investor, and I hate that. I think the accreditation rules and laws are like a scam to keep rich people being rich and blocking people out from making investments in some of the best asset allocation classes you can make. The only thing I see that's missing, bro, is venture. And I know, and you all know, that some of the best most modern portfolio are constructed with venture, maybe even 50%. So I would definitely try to get some venture exposure. Coffee break. Yeah, someone just came at bro, fuck BlockFi, go all in Celsius network. You should have had to pay for that comment. Got the Wu-Tang Clan? Get the fuck. Yeah. Nice. All right, let's see what else we got. DeFi. I don't know how I missed this. Some guys are telling me in my DMs that they've been doing this for 2 years. I guess I've been participating also because I've held Decred, Tezos, Baking, and Rune. And I'm just speculating around, the periphery here. I've got a lot to learn, but interesting stuff. I think with Decred, I was making about 11% APY. I'm not sure what I was doing with Tezos in regards to, a return annualized. Rune, it looks like it's on track for 52% APY. That's without the appreciation of Rune. I'm just talking about what they're paying me. It's far greater than that. I think I got in Rune at 8 cents, and Rune is at like 30 cents. So really interesting economics there. And BlockFi, which to me is really an interesting play. And for those of you who haven't heard this story, a year or so ago, I took $2.5 million cash and bought GUSD with it, put it in BlockFi, took another $2.5 million cash, put it in a money market with a traditional bank. And some people have DM'd me and said, why is this dude waiting a year when he knew he was getting 8.6 APY with BlockFi, and he was making, 0.2% APY in the money market? Well, as you all know, BlockFi's changed their rates many times, sometimes every month. So look, I don't want to represent, wow, this thing is 8.6 APY, make your investment, and then next month it's 4% or 2% or no percent. This is what happened. So I call myself a scientist. I like to have a hypothesis and then test that hypothesis so that I can present you some facts based over time. Even a year really isn't a great length of time to represent facts, but at least it represents true APY, not a projection, but what I got. So that's my answer. Pomp. I think that sandwich. You like that sandwich. Justin Katz likes the Filet-O-Fish for a fast food sandwich. All right, that's great. That's great. Joel Clark, P.S. I think we are co-investors on a Full Tilt startup. Which one? Got a lot of cool things happening at Full Tilt. So Full Tilt was the first fund Pomp and I did. We did 50 plus early stage venture investments. And then we did, a few late stage pre-IPO stuff. We invested in Lyft, Reddit, Airbnb, SpaceX, for example. So we're doing okay. We had some really cool stuff. If you get a chance to check out Everlywell, they're the first at-home test for COVID-19. So they're approved. You can order it online if you want to test to see if you've got COVID-19. I'm shilling that. That's a portfolio company. I own a small position through Full Tilt, but Julia Cheek is a savage, like absolute savage, crushing it. So, watch out for her. Don't sleep on that. Let's see. Chris Bird, will Bitcoin slowly eat away at traditional finance, or will he have an event to leapfrog? I think this whole DeFi movement is going to eat away at traditional finance. That's why, I'm going to try to spend the next 3 days, today, tomorrow, Sunday, just going down the rabbit hole on DeFi. Shill me all you got. People who are far out in front of me. I've got a call scheduled tomorrow at 10 a.m. Eastern with Camilla Russo. She writes the Defiant. I want to go to where the puck is here. I don't pretend to be an expert. I don't know everything about it, but I want to learn, and whatever I learn about it, I'll share with you all. Which hopefully that's beneficial to you. Very cool. And people have bought Rune on Trust Wallet. That's pretty cool. Yeah, I think Rune is pretty awesome. So, beyond that, it looks like BlockFi's offered a $2,500 bonus in paid in Bitcoin or crypto if you take out a loan. That seems interesting. So I would check that out. Again, I'm not getting paid on that. I'm an investor in BlockFi, so it's a kind of a shill, but I use it. I'm only going to talk to you guys about stuff that I use. I showed you Pit Viper 2000 sunglasses. I mean, they're the best sunglasses to have if you've got a mullet. Hopefully we can go outside someday and look ridiculous. Let's do it. I'm ready. I'm ready to go to the beach and do something. What percentage of the top 1,000 coins are legit and will exist in 5 years, 10 years? Great question, Brad. O'Hara. It's a tough call. From my perspective, Pomp and I, Mark, we avoided, for the most part, ICOs simply because of the legal structure we were unclear about. This was in 2017. Plus, I wasn't interested in making investments in things that I didn't own equity in. So I didn't understand the whole mechanism of the investment. It seemed just like a kind of a pump and dump exit scam. I think what we're seeing now are ICO 2.0, which these are properly structured from a legal perspective companies that are offering equity or upside. And I'm not going to sleep on them. I'm interested to continue to learn. There are great projects led by really smart people, but you have to DYOR, and because I just don't want you to lose money, and that's the kind of scammy thing. Jonathan Byers, what's up with sports? Barstool's pen is up 6% today. All I see on my Twitter is negative sentiment regarding this year's season. I'm not sure you're going to get NFL football. I'm not sure the U.S. is going to charge hard back into sports, but I'm going to talk a little bit about sports before we end, because sports are back. Football is back today. Huge game, Manchester United versus Tottenham, 3:15 my time, and I hope we drag them all over the park. I'm really excited about it. I was a big fan of them piping in crowd noise. It just felt like I was playing FIFA, and I wish they would actually make it even more dynamic, or get the people from EA Sports to work with the producers and get the crowd singing, react in real time to missed passes, big tackles, goals, what have you. And because, we can do it through gaming, and we're trying to produce that same kind of fan experience. Just do it. Don't creep it in. And they've given you an option to watch the game without fan noise and reaction, or with fan noise. Bring it. I love it, because when I'm watching the game, I'm not even looking in the crowd, other than when the cameraman cuts away, and shows some fan reaction. I mean, it feels like I'm watching the game. I thought it was awesome. Bring the noise, bring football. Pogba, Bruno, Rashford. Oh man, Jose's in big trouble. So I'm excited about that. And sorry for all you Arsenal fans. I loved watching that game. It was ridiculous. It was exactly as I expected. If I could have bet on sports, which I don't do, I would have bet everything on Arsenal doing what Arsenal does, which is lose. Sorry, Ryan. I didn't mean to go so hard right there, my friend. I see you. All right. Bitcoin. It looked like Bitcoin this morning was making a little move, which was pretty cool. It's still moving. I've got the 2-hour chart up. Bitcoin over USD. We're at 93.94. Man, from my perspective, what's going on with Bitcoin right now? Bitcoin's doing exactly as I expected it to do, and it's lost a lot of energy because of all these other projects that are interesting to the crypto heads right now. So to get access to this stuff, you got to move Bitcoin around. So people are making 300-400% on these altcoin investments. That money's rotating out of Bitcoin right now, and a lot of people feel like the only reason to make these altcoin investments and make 300-400% is to then buy more Bitcoin. I like the way that sounds. I like Bitcoin, but I like these other projects too. So, my whole thing is, as Polina says, get money, get paid. And if you can make an investment in a project, it helps that project move along. And then if your motivation is arbitrage, go get it. I'm not going to hate on that. All right. I'm going to answer a few more questions and take another little coffee break. Let's see what I had up next. Because I got some good stuff here. That's not good stuff right here. I got some good stuff. Let's see. I think I had that new Quavo. which I was listening to yesterday, which I thought was really good. Yeah. That's pretty good, right? I love it. I love it. I love it that there are professional broker dealers and money managers watching this that love Arsenal and want me to stop shilling. Sorry, man. It's crap team, crap side. Yo. This coffee break brought to you by Peter Schiff, Schiff Gold and Silver. Dude's legit. He doesn't like Bitcoin. He likes gold and silver. I like space metals. I buy them. I keep them right here by me. So if you want some, you can get some. All right, guys, a few more minutes, a few more questions. PRTI still mothballed. Yep. Man, North Carolina has not got this COVID-19 thing right. I mean, I just got, I've got a contract on a new startup I'm working on to engage in this startup. I've got to fill out a COVID-19 screening log. I've got to take my temperature like every 2 hours. I got to carry around this form to show that I'm taking my temperature. And that's why I tweeted yesterday that, you know, the most rare medical device is going to be oral thermometers, because I think everyone's going to have to walk around taking their temperature or getting their temperature scanned. It's going to be kind of a different existence. But yeah, PRTI still mothballed. We are mining, but we're using grid power. Those glasses look dope. Yep, they are dope. Go to pitvipersunglasses.com. Not a sponsor. Just I like that style since I grew this mullet over the COVID-19. Thought Pit Viper was big in 2014. Now these glasses were big in 1993. Any thoughts on IOTA? No. Favorite 9mm handgun? SIG. I use the SIG 40, the SIG 9mm. Right now, for those of you who are into guns, I'm working on Scar Heavy, which is so cool. I bought some Voltex optics that are coming. I like to work on guns like I work on cars. Some of them I never even fire, but I just like to trick them out. So I've got some really cool stuff. Optics, lasers, night vision, all kinds of stuff like that. And the Scar is a special operator's weapon. Some like it, some don't, but it replaced the M16 or M18. All right, so that's it for today. Really appreciate it. We'll be back next week. Or if anything happens, like if Bitcoin starts to rip, I'm going to come live because I just like to scream in a microphone. I usually call Pomp when it's happening, but I thought I'd share it with you all and call Pomp. All right, peace out. Happy Father's Day for all you mothers and fathers who are taking care of kids. I see you out there, and I appreciate what you do. Invest in those kids. Later.